was in Flagstaff, and of course, I had to go to the Grand Canyon, of course. And just for the ones that haven't been there, I had been on to the west side of Grand Canyon, which is very close to Las Vegas, but this was the south rim, and I had never been there, so I had no idea what to expect, and I was so pleasantly surprised. There is a lot of BLM land inside of the park, so you can find a lot of boondocking sites. When I went there, luckily it was September, so all the people with kids had already gone. I had huge extensions of land just to me, and it was fantastic. It was great. I am not going to extend on the what you will see when you go to the Grand Canyon, because I think everybody knows the Grand Canyon and it's grand. I would just say it doesn't matter how many times you have been there. It doesn't matter whether you went down to the bottom of the canyon and back up, or you just take photos from the edge. It doesn't matter what you do. It takes your breath away. In the morning with the sunrise, in the evening with the sunset, during the day, at any time you go, it is amazing. And there is a long road with lots of outlooks where you can stop and see different sides of the canyon, different views. So if you're not very agile, if you're not into big hikes or anything like that, you can still have the time of your life by just looking at those amazing views. I visited a couple of places that were unusual, that I had never heard of before. The first one is just the moment you go in onto that road in the park, and there was a plane crash several years ago, and I mean, there are so many things to see. I hope you love the images, and I'll see you at the end. I am so happy. I am 15 minutes away from the visitor center by the Grand Canyon. And earlier this morning, I took my bath. I feel clean and happy. And now I am going to go for information. I am 15 minutes away from them. I'm going to go for information, so I choose what trails to take. Tomorrow morning I will be there by 6 a.m. So I choose a nice spot to sit and wait for the sunrise. In the meantime, let me show you my van and how much and the reasons why I like this place so much. There we are, Ponderosa pine trees. My van is ready to go. Kind of a little not super neat, but okay. My towel is drying there, and you know how I prefer to park where this door doesn't have an obstruction, so I can be in bed reading or working or something, and in front of me there are no other campers or anything like that. So in this case I parked by a rock fire ring, yeah, but there are also some fallen trees. Can you hear these cicadas?
Yeah, the sun is starting to warm up and they are happy. But there are many, many other fallen trees all around there, or some stumps or something, and more trees with branches and everything. So nobody in their right mind is going to come from the street and park somewhere here. Therefore, this is my view, and I am very glad with it because there is nothing else beyond that. And so I have $1,000,000 view in a beautiful forest, almost alone. There is a camper way back there, probably 2 blocks away. It doesn't bother me. And as I said, I am almost ready to leave to gather some information. Of course, you are going to enjoy, I hope, the video of the Grand
As layers begin to erode, much of what had been laid down was scoured by wind and washed away by water. As the landscape evolved, new streams and rivers flowed across its surface, slowly shaping the land until the Colorado River's course was established 5 million years ago. During this time, signs of water's transforming powers were everywhere. Heavy spring runoff cut a path through soft mudstone at the surface and into harder layers of sandstone and limestone beneath. The next flood gouged a little deeper, setting the process and course of erosion in motion. Along the Colorado River, floods were impressive. Some carried 500,000 cubic feet of water every second, with tumbling boulders the size of trucks, together carving much more than water alone. The river swiftly cut through rocks that formed over hundreds of millions of years. Although the carving power of glaciers never touched Grand Canyon, climatic shifts swept the entire continent. During the most recent ice age, people arrived in North America, and they would leave their mark. We don't know exactly when people first saw Grand Canyon, but we know they saw an environment different than today's. Conditions were cooler and wetter, with more vegetation and huge mammals roaming the canyon country. The first bands of big game hunters found mammoths, mastodons, and giant ground sloths. But as the climate warmed and dried, the largest animals died out, and the hunters began to seek smaller game. Their survival demanded an intimate knowledge of the canyon's native plants and animals. The tools they left give us a glimpse into their lives. 1,500 years ago, farming had spread across the Southwest. Water sources were carefully managed to grow crops of corn, beans, squash, and cotton. Any excess harvest was stored in protected granaries. Over thousands of years, native people forged strong ties with this rugged landscape. These ties remain strong today among many southwestern tribes. In 1540, native people guided the first Europeans to Grand Canyon. The Spanish conquistadors arrived, but the canyon provided neither the supplies they needed nor the riches they sought. Few other outsiders passed through until 1869, when John Wesley Powell led the first successful expedition through the canyon by boat. His dramatic accounts brought national attention to Grand Canyon, and tourists began to visit. By 1901, train service was established. The first automobile was driven to the canyon in 1902. By 1915, annual visitation reached 106,000. As the canyon's popularity increased, preservation efforts became more urgent. In 1919, the need to protect this unique place culminated in Grand Canyon becoming the nation's 15th national park. The national park idea continued to spread across the United States and around the world. But establishing these preserves is only the first step in a process that must be carried on for generations. The native people of Grand Canyon see the protection of this land as one way of honoring and learning from their ancestors. With the establishment of national parks around the world, we are all called to honor our ancestors' commitment to preserving these special places and the processes that create and sustain them. These canyon walls tell us much about the Earth, its diversity of life, and its rich human history through time. Today's Grand Canyon is not the world of skittering trilobites or the cell-backed Dimetrodon. The giant mammoths are gone. But in this special place, we can catch a glimpse of their world and possibly gain the resolve to preserve our own.
There's a storm coming, and I need a hand to hold, with the fear of being here on my own. Where the wind's blowing, and the leaves they turn to gold, like they did with you those summers ago. There's a storm coming, summer's just around the bend, and my bottle's empty once again. And my feet's burning on the roads we used to walk, where the rivers walked along with us. I'll be better when the summer's gone. Now the wind's blowing, and I'm right back here again. It might take a while, but I understand that I keep thinking about those years ago, when sleeping next to you was usual. I'd rather spend a lifetime on my own than ever been in love those years ago. I can't stop thinking about those years ago, when sleeping next to you was usual. I'd rather spend a lifetime on my own than ever been in love those years ago. But now remembering is all I know.
I didn't know I was telling a lie. It's been a long day for sure. How could I resist your smile? Can we move on as before? I could wait for 1,000 years, but it won't do us any good. Will you bet if you get the chance? I know I surely would. When you're away, there's a hole in my heart.
give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to my Patreons, amazing, great friends. Thank you to all of you. I'll see you soon. Take care.
Part, I know that you'll be you, 'cause you're my sweetheart.